Hi, my name is Avery, and these are my A through D forms for my health science class 301. Here's my table of contents. The way it basically works is it goes based off of Form A all the way down to Form D. It has proof of participation and then an extra credit volunteering event, which was really fun. So I'm going to start with Wellness Wednesday. I really enjoyed this one. It was about health insurance, which was really nice because I will be off my parents' health insurance very soon, so it was nice to learn the different options. I think that they should be more informative about these types of events because they can be really helpful to students my age and like all the students on campus. And then for this one, it was a lot of information crammed into 1 hour, so maybe making big topics longer or making it into like a 2-week or like a 2-period one might help us grasp information. And then I actually attended Wellness Wednesday this last week because I enjoyed it so much, and they taught meditation, which was really interesting because they go back from like informative but interactive ones, and I really enjoyed it. And it's nice to like be getting all this information but also being taught how to like cope with things like stress and anxiety and like learning different tools that can help us make it through college. And then here is my proof, my paper, my new participation credit, which was sent to me from Beach Sync for going, and then the first slide of the health insurance one. The next one is HSSA and HSGA Health Career Fair. This one I think definitely needed more advertisement. I wouldn't have known about it if you wouldn't have sent out the email, and I think it could have benefited a lot of people with all the groups there. I met with 2 specific groups. I met with a college where we discussed a nursing master's as well as like health science. However, I'm gearing more towards nursing just because that's what I want to do. And then the next one I talked to was St. Mary's Cope. A lot of my friends are involved in their health scholars, so I wanted to get information on how to apply and things like that. And I ended up applying, and I now have an interview in June, which is exciting. My only critique is they could have had a better setup. The groups were set in a U, so like you could see them all, but it was like almost intimidating to walk up to one just because you didn't know what you were going to get from this group, and you also like didn't want to go to a group that like you wasn't sure was going to benefit you. And so maybe giving a pamphlet that would talk about what the different groups would do. And then honestly, the positive thing was their guest speaker that they had. I really enjoyed listening to her. It was really cool to see the different progress and like experiences she went through in her career, and like talk about like where she started and where she is now. And that was definitely eye-opening to show how big the health science career really is and all the options. There is my paper because I signed in, so that was my proof. And then my event C was I attended a blood drive at a high school. I donate blood a lot with my mother. I used to plan blood drives for my high school, so I had a lot of critiques about this event just because it wasn't very time effective. They had 2 big vans from the San Diego Blood Bank, and it only helped 2 people at a time, so it was taking really long when it had like the different community members as well as like the high school students. It was a really long time to donate blood, but I definitely enjoyed donating blood. It was really nice to sit and talk to the people where they like sat and discussed with me the pros of donating blood and like who it helps, and then like why I need like the problem with anemic people and like how some can donate but they don't recommend it, and like the different various reasons of like why you should eat before and like drink a lot of water and all of those things, and like basically gave the rundown of like the spiel they would give me if I came in with any of these issues and like an iron deficiency or my veins weren't big enough to poke or things like that. There's my proof, my paper, and then there's a picture of me. It's off of my mom's iPhone 5, really bad quality. I'm really sorry, but I was really happy for donating blood, and it was really positive. And then my next one is volunteering outside of CSULB, which is at the Long Beach VA hospital right next to school. I got really lucky, and my friend and I shadow a nurse to basically help distribute meds and get food for the veterans and like meet them. Sometimes we get to play bingo with them. We both wanted to be nurses, which is like why we set this up with a family friend to like shadow, just to see what it's like. We do it once a month, which is really nice because as like veterans come in and out, you get to meet the new ones, and like it's really nice to interact with them and hear their experiences. nurses were super nice. It gave me experience to see like the different people I would interact with in different situations. And my biggest thing is I think the VA hospital being so close to campus should definitely work with students to have like more volunteer opportunities, because there's a lot of kids who would want to volunteer, and I think that they're missing out on an opportunity, because then the veterans can meet a lot of people, and a lot of people can like gain experience in working in a hospital. And like volunteering's fun, like it comes from a good place in the heart and it's well worth it. There's my proof. There's my friend and I outside of the VA hospital in our scrubs. It was really fun. It was really cool to wear scrubs. I like went and bought, I had breast cancer ones from high school, and so like those are the ones I wore. And then my paper, and then that's the list of people that went to the VA. They like, my like sorority does it as well. However, they like don't shadow the nurse, so when I go with my sorority, which I did this time, I'll show up in my scrubs early and work with the veterans, and then when my sorority shows up, I will sit with my sorority and do whatever they're doing, like playing games with the veterans, things like that, and just volunteering our time, which is really nice. So that was a list of people who just went. And then my extra credit was the Long Beach Marathon. The reason I use this as extra credit just because even though it was a running event, they had us volunteering to help make sure that our runners stayed hydrated and weren't passing out, and like everyone was feeling well. So they had breakfast in the morning for the racers to eat, which was really nice for them to like get food in their system to make sure that they weren't hungry and like it wasn't going to cause a change in the race. And then there was different options for like volunteering, so I served the breakfast and gave out water just because I felt like that was promoting wellness. Like you don't want to go run a marathon with no water in you and no food in you. That's not healthy. You need to stay hydrated. You need to stay okay for your body and your muscles to function, which was really nice. And it was cool because when like I like signed up to volunteer, they held like a little meeting to like explain the importance of us like actually giving water to them, and like not just sitting there on our phone, and like explaining like why it's so important that these runners like are staying hydrated as well as like being fed while they complete this race, because a marathon is really long. And then I did it last year also, which was really fun because I got to meet a lot of new people. And then here's my proof. That's a picture. That was me with my friends. So we had like water with us, and then we also had posters. So like these are my DG sisters, so we like used the little DG sign, which was really fun. And then there's my paper. It was awesome. I finished all my things and I'm really happy. It was really nice to get out and experience the different things within health science. A lot of it I enjoyed, and I definitely want to do a lot of it again. So thank you, and those are my A through D forms.